Hello everyone, my name is Smithy and welcome to my quick guide on Giants Foundry. So Giants Foundry is one of the better ways to train smithing in the game. It's a nice alternative to doing running back and forth between a furnace and making your bars and then making them into items. It had some cool rewards with the Smith outfit, which I'm currently wearing nearly a full set of. I'm currently working on the boots at the moment. You also get money here as well, which means you're getting a bit of cash back for the bars that you're putting in. Otherwise, you would have outed your output. But the way that it works is that you need the levels for the bars that you're going to be using. So for adamant, it's like 70, rune 85. I can't remember what myth is off the top of my head. But the way that we're going to be doing it is like an alloy build, which is with mithril bars and adamant. The way that we do it is you get kind of the maximum XP per bar, and also you still get decent points and decent XP per hour. I'm currently 90 smithing. I literally just hit 90 smithing, and I'm getting 159k XP an hour. I was getting about 130k, kind of half braining it. Yeah, the XP rates are actually pretty good compared to other things like cannonballs, which is way more AFK, but less XP per hour. This is more of an active way to train the skill, and, it's not bad. It's not, that boring. It's still, relatively keeps you entertained, especially if you've got some TV on another screen that you can kind of watch while you do it as well. So to take part in the minigame, you need to do the quest Sleeping Giants, which... yeah, it's pretty much a quest that teaches you how to do it, sort of at a basic level. So after you've done that, you will have an idea of how to do the minigame, but this video is to step that up and go for kind of the best, I don't want to say efficient because I'm not efficient, but most efficient way to do the minigame. Now, obviously, if you want to farm some points, you can do an alloy of adamant and rune, but that is a bit of a waste of your rune bars. What we're going to be using is 18 myth bars and 10 adamant bars. What I've done actually is, if you shift click on Runelight, now the point system here for getting the rewards scales with the level of bars and items that you use within the crucible, but the way that we're going to be doing it for highest XP per bar is we're going to be using 18 mithril bars every time and 10 adamant bars. Now, a cool thing you can do in Runelight is I've set up my default quantity to 18, which means when I click my mithril bars, it will pull 18 out of there. But if I shift click and right click on my adamant bars, I've set my withdraw to left click 10. So I'll never accidentally pull out 18 adamant bars if I was to select them first. I'll always only pull out 10, and obviously you can turn that off after you've done. But to start off, you want to speak to Kovac over here, and you want to use commission, and he will tell you a sword to make. Now, before we get started though, one thing I will recommend is, as you're going through, especially when you're starting off here, you want to be going for the mold catalog. I don't know, the molds is what I'm getting at. You want to be buying the molds as you're going as well, because you'll be able to make better swords with the molds. As you can see here, they've all got different stats on them. And when he asks you to make a narrow spiked, for example, if you've got a mold that gives higher points per one of those characteristics, you're going to make a better blade. You get more points, more money, more XP per hour. So we're making a narrowed spike. You can see here we've got this one spiker, which is the forte. It's got 22 spiked, which is really, really good. You can look through here and see that some of them are a little bit, rubbish. Like this one here is completely not relevant. So we select spiker, then we click blades. We're going to use this one here, which has spiked 10 and narrow 8, which means we're going to plus 18 because it adds them together. And then we've got a narrow here that has plus 18, so we'll use that. And that makes a really funky sword, but who cares? We're not the ones using it. Whoever gets the sword after. Now, what I'd normally do is then use the bank chest, get my bars out, and then fill the crucible. We're going to fill it with our mithril, and then we're going to fill it with our adamant. There we go. Our crucible is full, and we can pour. We can see how many points we're going to be getting when that all mixes together. You don't have to do the maths. We're going to get 148 points if we make the sword perfectly. Now, I am running a Runelight plugin that is called, funny that, Easy Giants Foundry. Here's all the settings. I'm pretty sure I've just got them on default. Definitely download it if you're using Runelight. It is a lifesaver. Now, we can see here that we've got our first thing is using the trip hammer. I've actually put these tiles in that when you use the polish wheel, your heat goes down, which is this bar here, the temperature bar. When you use the grindstone, your heat goes up, so you're going to need to cool your sword down to carry on doing that certain action. And then the trip hammer, which puts your heat down as well, same as the polish wheel. Now, we can see here that it's telling us we need to douse our sword to cool it down, so it's all right for this machine. And we can see here that we've got heat left, which is how many actions we can do with the current temperature of the blade, and then how many actions left until we complete, this section of the sword build. So we'll go through this. And then we've also got the lava over here, which will heat your sword up. And you see there that when it all goes yellow like that, you can then do a kind of a spec, which will skip out some actions. We can see that our heat left means we haven't got any left to actually work on the sword. If we did any more, it would start degrading the quality of the blade, which means less points, less XP, less money per hour. You want to keep your swords nice and in line with what is going on the heat and temperature and all that good stuff. So now we're moving on to the polish wheel, and this wheel, I think it does vary based on every time you run a sword. But you will need to do more actions for more points when you've got higher quality metals that you're using, like rune, for example. Now we can see here that our heat is, we need to warm our sword up again. So let's quickly do that. There we go, 3, 2, 1. And I also have right-clicked and set my lava and my waterfall to quenches rather than cools. It's just a bit quicker, I find. But yeah, that's personal preference there. There we go. We finished that bit. So now we need to heat our sword up. And we heat it up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Nice. And if you can get spec down, you can see the bonus actions down here on the left. It just speeds up the sword as well. So you want to be looking out for when that does actually proc with that yellow box around the stats up the top, like just there. You see, it's gone down from 12 actions left to 6, so it's definitely worth doing. I think it does improve the points that you get at the end. I'm not too sure, to be perfect. Don't quote me on that one. But yeah, just do it. Speed it up. Happy days. Gets the job done quicker. There we go. Now we're moving on to the penultimate one. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And there we go. Let's heat up. Let's hit it with the big hammer. Bang. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Cool. Right, and then let's heat it back up again. And one thing you can do, you can actually store the sword. So say if you need to log out or whatever, you can store your sword in here so you can come back to it. Or if you're bored and you want to go do something else, but you're mid sword, you can actually store it. Which I'm not sure if that was an option like when it first released this minigame. Oh, I've gone too early. No, there we go. Nice. Right, now let's cool this down. And this should be the sword pretty much done. Well, we're going to need to probably warm it up again. No, cool it down because this one puts the heat up and we need to keep it cooler for this one. But yeah, it is, once you start doing it, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just, especially with this plugin, it's pretty, removes a lot of the thinking that you need to do on how you get these dials to move. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's a nice mini game, man. Just if you've been thinking about doing it, you need to get some smithing levels. Do it. Highly recommend. And this should be 3 more actions, and we should be job done. There we go. And now we hand in. All looks good. That's 15, nearly 16,000 XP. So I've done one that was 199 in quality, and that was, I think it was half and half, 14 and 14 of Addy and Rune. Just give you an idea. And then it tells you we got 31k for that, and we're now up to 150, or I've made 150 swords. And then you can ask for another commission if you want as well. Now in the shop, you've got the double ammo mold for making cannonballs, Kovacs grog, which gives you a smithing boost of +4, which is really good. I've never really used this smithing cat. I think I just bought it for the collection log. An ore pack as well, and then you've got the outfit, which is really, really nice. And with the smith glove, and you've got your ice gauntlets. You do need the ice gauntlets really for unless you want to stand around waiting for the blade to cool at the start. Highly recommend bringing ice gauntlets. But when you get your Smith's gloves, you just use the ice gauntlets on the gloves, and it makes them into the imbued version of them, which, yeah, highly recommend doing. But anyway, the points are pretty quick. Kind of getting 350 points that you need for like the boots and the gloves. It takes maybe about an hour and a half. It's really not that bad. But yeah, I hope you guys found this video useful. And any questions, by all means, drop them in the comments. And if you're new around here, please do consider subscribing. Anyway, stay safe and goodbye.